Hey, what's up fellas, Powpuff here again. Today I'm going to be playing a bit more Rust. Yesterday I was really happy to find out that I made it into the top 10 most kills on the server, Rust server, which isn't that great considering there's probably only maybe 500 or 600 people in Rust at this stage, but I don't think it's that bad either, because on the top 10 list there's also quite a number of hackers who are invisible or possibly using some sort of aimbot. I'm not too sure yet, but I do know for a fact that there is one or two hackers on that list, or ex-hackers, that have stopped hacking since the devs have more or less started banning, and their point score has just carried over, but hopefully that will mitigate in the next few months and I should be up there again. This morning I had another look on the list and I was in the top 20, which has probably changed now to possibly top 30, but I do go up and down. When I do log on I do tend to go up the list, which is really good and I really enjoy that. Today I'm going to talk to you a bit about griefing on the server. I logged into the server again today and I was the only one of my team online again. A lot of my guys play in the evening, but I decided I'll go out hunting again. What I'm finding more and more is that I enjoy a good fight when other people have M4s. When I'm against new players to the game, I don't really particularly enjoy that. But when they start smack talking me or telling me that I'm a dick, then I continue to kill them more and more because I find that hilarious, and I personally love being called a dick by noobs. So my advice to you is that if you are killed as a noob by maybe a griefer or someone like me, don't give them any fuel for the fire. In yesterday's video I suggested that the M4 should be made harder to obtain. It makes it really difficult for new guys to the game, and obviously there is going to be a lot more new players coming onto the server, and this game will not be for everyone, especially with what type of game it's already evolved into, which is a shoot first, ask questions later. I think that with the metal doors has really helped new players to the game, but it doesn't prevent people like me from totally messing up their gameplay experience, which I don't particularly enjoy doing. I like killing guys with guns. I like a fair fight like this one right here, even though it's three versus me. At the moment, if I want to stop someone building close to me and they've built a hut, what I do is I just put up a foundation in front of their hut, and that's it. They can't go back into their house to access their sleeping bag or any of the things that they left there. They can glitch out. They can command themselves out, or they can suicide, but they can't get back in. And this is not helpful to new players at all. I think what would be great is that the moderators start introducing some sort of snapping system where you cannot build within, say, 5 meters of someone else's building. Now this would stop a lot of raiding, which sucks. I think the metal door should have a lot more hit points than the wood, but still able to melee down. But I think that the devs need to introduce some sort of placement where it prevents people like me just building on top of someone and putting a foundation in front of their front door. It is a dick move, and I do realize it's in alpha, but this is why I'm making this video, is to show devs how easy it is to ruin a new guy's game experience. I know that they've also introduced planks, which means that it takes a lot more wood now to build anything, which is good in my opinion. It stops the lag, it stops the landscape looking like crap. I remember reading somewhere that the developers are hoping to introduce some sort of system where you build things and it disappears after a couple of days, though I don't know how that's going to work. It sounds really interesting though, because around me right now, after waking up this morning, there is hundreds and hundreds of doors, barricades, huts. People have been placing huts all around me, and it looks horrible. The landscape looks crap, and there's there's nothing stopping anyone from blocking me in either, which thankfully no one has. I think this game has so much good potential, and I say this every video that I realise it's in alpha, but even for a game in alpha it's absolutely amazing. If I do criticise anything in this game, it is with the realisation that it is in alpha. I don't think there's anything stopping me from making some suggestions on my videos about what could possibly be changed in the game in the future. I can't wait to see what developers are coming up with. Someone asked me in my previous video, how do I get alpha keys? I received 30 alpha keys from the developers for the Jesters gaming community, and this is no longer happening. No one is able to get keys off the developers anymore. The only way you're going to get keys is if they're posted on the Facepunch forums in the gold member section, and even then they're posted very rarely, so your chance of getting a key is very, very, very slim. So if you ask in my videos how are you going to get a key, I can't tell you. You're not going to be able to get a key from me. Here's an example of one of the guys that I've killed who's a new player, and he's just feeding fuel. He's just feeding me fuel. I love it when people smack talk me and then I keep hunting them for more those precious tears. Lesson here is, if you're a noob and you're killed by a guy with an M4 like me, you need to move on or watch your surroundings more. And it is hard. It must be really difficult for anyone who lives beside me, and I don't envy them, especially since I have 5 or 6 M4s now at this stage after killing people. One of the great things about this is that I don't have to go hunting for resources anymore. I don't have to chop any wood. I haven't harvested any food. I haven't done anything like that. I get all my resources from killing now, which is great. So if I need something, I just go out and kill someone. It's banditry at its finest, really. Any decent bandit should never have to cut down any wood or hunt for any animals or look for any ores. Everything that I need is found on other players now, and all I do is hunt other players in my spare time. I don't even bother building anymore. I live in that little shed which is always there. Just put up 2 steel doors on the front and that's me. I'm safe in there and I'm happy in there. The great thing about a big shed that's lit up at night is that it attracts people, which is more kills for me, it's more resources. And the ongoing joke in some of the Jesters is that we don't call other players anymore, we call them free medkits.
Then you have my permission to die. The fire rises.
This part of the video, I'm looking for these new guys that have been smack talking me, and here's one of the shacks I've seen, and I'm going to do a bit of griefing here. What I've more or less done is I've got my 2 foundations with me, and here I take 1 foundation out and I block him in. He's blocked into that, he can't get out again. That's how easy it is to ruin a new guy's game, and it is a shitty move, but hopefully this video will show the developers that they need to fix this. That's the only time I've ever done that to a new guy. I've done it with another player who moved right beside me and who continually attacked my my hut in order to protect myself. I just blocked him in so he couldn't build beside me. But that's how easy it is. As you can see here, in this next part, he's logged off. He DC'd, he just couldn't be bothered. But hopefully the devs will see this video, or someone will tell them about it, and it'll just show them what douchebags like me can do to this game. And I don't want to be able to do things like this, but I will do things like this because it's player driven. But they need to protect the new guys a bit more, otherwise they're not going to keep their players. As I said, some sort of boundary system where you cannot build within someone else's proximity if they've built. Again, this stops raiding, which I really enjoy, but I suppose maybe if it's only a boundary system concerning the huts, and maybe I can't build something within 5 meters of a hut, that would make it a bit easier for the new guy, especially with these griefing tactics that I'm coming up with. And I'm finding myself that the developers are fixing these things. They are as I said, the introduction of the hut was a brilliant idea, but I am evolving to them. I am looking for more and more ways of making someone else's gaming experience terrible. I do it for the laughs, but I'm also doing it so that it will be fixed when the main game gets released. Okay, that's it for me this time. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope developers are possibly learning something, or people are learning about how ways of griefing is happening. And I'm also noticing a few more people coming towards me in game and looking for me and hunting me down, which is really good fun. I really enjoy that. As I said, I have lots of guns and lots of ammo. Come and get me, bitches. Alright, see you next time.